Hi, third graders. Today we're doing geometry. We're going to go over a few new things and new vocabulary words today. So first, we're going to look at points, lines, and segments. What does that mean? Okay. So first, if I show you this, what is this, right? That's just a dot, right? That's a dot. So when you see a dot on a for a map like that, we call that a point. That's point A, right? Point A. So now you know point is just a dot. Okay, good job. Point is a dot. Look at this picture. This is B and C. Is this called arrow? What is this called? This is called a line. Take a look at the picture. A line has two arrows on both sides. So it has two arrows, one on each side. So first we had a point, and then we have a line. Okay, the line does have arrows on both sides. Next we have this one that looks like a line, but it doesn't have the arrow. It just has the dots, the points. Okay. So we call this one a line segment. A segment means like a piece of it, right? So this is a piece of the line because you don't see the arrows. So that means I'm just like taking a piece of that line out. So this is called a line segment. So these are 2 points. Points is the dot. The line has the arrow, and a line segment only has the 2 points. It doesn't have the arrows. The arrow means you keep drawing the line going left and right. That's what the arrow means. You keep drawing it out. Line segment, you stop right there at those points. We have this one that looks like both of them, right? This one has a point and an arrow going that way. Alright, this is called half a line segment, right? So we have point, line segment. And then we have this one, which is a little different. This one we call it a ray, like a ray of sunshine, right? Think of this as the sun and it's shooting out a ray right here. So this is called a ray. A ray has one point, one end point, call it the end here, end point, and the arrow going out. So that's called a ray. It's like half of a line. And then when you see something like this, right, there's two lines, and they both have arrows. This just reminds you of, you see this. This reminds me of like the road and a sidewalk. This reminds me of ladders, kids lining up in straight order. So when you have two lines that look like this, we call those parallel lines. See those two L's? It looks like two L's, right? Parallel lines. That means they will never cross each other. So these lines if I keep drawing them forever and ever with the arrows and I keep drawing them out, they're never going to touch each other, right? Just like on the street, you see like two perfect L's, right? The street is going, and it's never going to cross each other because the cars will just slam into each other. So this is parallel lines. Parallel line means they go the same way. They will not cross each other. They have the same distance right here, right? So they will never cross each other. Two parallel lines. So we're going to stop there right now. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about shapes and other things too. I'm going to show you something in our math book. So this is chapter 14 in our math book. And when you take a look at the picture here, right? This is the ray. Remember that? This is the end point, the point, and it goes all the way up. Remember the ray is the one that has the arrow? One arrow only and 1 point. That's a ray. Here's another ray right here. When you get two rays, you make an angle. An angle is made when two rays share the same endpoint. So here's one ray. Here's another ray. And they're together. They make this angle. The angle is the inside part. See that? The outside dot, that little dot right there, is called vertex. The shared endpoint is called a vertex. So when you put both of them together, by itself, it was just an endpoint, right? It's just a point. But when you put two rays together, you make a vertex. That's the corner of the angle. You may remember these words for second and first grade. So vertex is this point right here. This is called an angle. These are rays, and that's the endpoint. And it's not angel, it's angle. So you're definitely going to be working on angles when you go to 4th and 5th grade. So you need to make sure you're paying attention to this. So we have an angle that's made of two rays and a vertex or shared endpoint. Now let's talk about different kind of angles. Yeah, there's different kind of angles, right? This one looks like a perfect L shape. You guys see that one? That one looks perfect. So let's go back and look at, oh yeah, what kind of different angles are there? So now we're looking at angles, right? Different types of angles. This one is a really big one. See how the two rays are stretched out? Okay. When you see a big one like this, we call this obtuse. Obtuse. Obtuse because it's a really big one. When you see a small angle like this, a small one, we call it acute. Right? It's cute. That's how I remember it. Acute. It's an acute angle. It's smaller. When you see the perfect L shape, remember the one we saw earlier with the rectangle inside it with a little square here? Whenever you see an L shape like this, that's perfect. Take a piece of paper and put it in the corner, and you see it makes a perfect corner, right? It has perfect edges in the corner. It usually has a little square right here to show you. When you see these type of angles, we call this a right angle, right? We call it right. It's right at the corner. Whenever you see this, it's a right angle. You have the special tool that you use to measure it. We don't use that in 3rd grade, but we use that in 4th grade. And it's going to say 90 degrees. So we can talk more about that in 4th grade. But right now you need to know that when you see a perfect corner, that's a right angle. When you see a small one, that's acute. And when you see a big one, that's called obtuse, okay? Obtuse is bigger than the right angle right here, okay? So anything bigger than this one, even just by a little bit bigger, it's called obtuse. Anything a little bit smaller or down, that's called a acute angle. So we're going to look at right angles as well. All right, so now I'm going to go back to take a look at some of our work. Actually, I want to go over shapes with you guys. So those are just angles and lines and points and rays and vertex and angles and all of that. I want to go over different shapes with you guys. Okay. This is the work you're going to be doing today. So our work today is called Polygon. All right, Polygon. Polygon is a new word that you're going to learn for the word shape. So you guys remember your basic shape, right? From kindergarten, 1st grade. There's circle, square, triangle, rectangle, right? Oval, heart, diamond. Then we won't be calling them shapes anymore. We're gonna call them polygon. So everyone say polygon. So instead of saying what's the shape, I'm gonna say what's the polygon. So polygon is basically a shape. It's a shape that has 3 or more straight lines. Okay. And we'll learn more about polygons in a bit. So a circle is actually not a polygon because a circle does not have straight lines and doesn't have 3 or more. It just has one loops, right, line. So we can't count a circle as a polygon. We could count a triangle, a square, all of the other shapes, right? We'll count them as polygons. So polygons are all shapes that has 3 or more straight lines. That does not mean a circle. And look at the picture of all the polygons here. So there's different types of polygon, right? There are triangles, right? A polygon that has 3 sides is called a triangle. A polygon with 4 sides, all of these, we call them quadrilateral. Quad means 4, tri means 3, like a tricycle, right? That's 3. Quad means 4. So we have quad bikes. So quad means 4. So all of these are 4-sided shape. It could be weird like this, very straight like a square. These are all quadrilateral and have 4 shapes. And then we have the 5-shaped one, pentagons. They look like farmhouses, right? But they also could be this shape because it has 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any shape with 5 sides is called a pentagon. And then we have shapes with 6 sides. Anything with 6 sides is called hexagon. And 7 is called septagon. We also have, if you guys know, 8 shape, right? 8-sided shapes are called octagon, nonagon, decagon, right? That's a 10 shape. We're really not going to focus on these other 11 or 12 shapes. We're really just going to look at octagon and some other shapes I'm going to show you guys. So here's octagon. And remember triangle, quadrilateral, pentagons, and hexagons. Okay, hold on. So these are the shapes we're going to look at, right? Polygons. It's a triangle. It has 3 sides, 3 angles. Here's some pictures. Here's a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides, 4 angles. Here they are right here. Pentagon, 5. Hexagon is 6. And then octagon is 8. Think about octagon like octopus. Okay. Have you ever heard of the Pentagon? It's in the Washington, D.C., right? The Pentagon does look like this. It's a five-sided building called the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. And government people work there, like maybe the FBI, the president. So that's the Pentagon right here. Hexagon has 6 and octagon has 8. So remember these keywords because we're going to look at these words tomorrow as well. Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, octagon. So now you're going to go back to your PowerPoint slide and you're going to work on that for your assignment today. So you just have to tell me what's the shape that you see, how many there are. So I already see 1, 2, 3 triangles. Need more triangles? Nope. I'm going to put here a triangle, 3 triangles. All right, third graders, have fun doing this.